Hello everyone, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. We're tracking a cold change which is about to sweep up the country over the end of this week and across the weekend. And behind it, a large high that stretches for thousands of kilometres across. So let's take a look at the current animated wind map, and there's a lot to talk about today as we go on towards Friday and the weekend. Low pressure parked just out here to the west around central New Zealand, the coldest southerly moving in around the lower South Island, and further to the north you've still got warm nor'westers. They're not as subtropical as they were yesterday when it was coming way from further to the north. Now it's coming more locally and out of the Tasman Sea area. There's a big high, it's out over Australia, and it's very, very slowly coming our way over the next week. So we've got a bit of snow on the way and some colder weather for Friday and into the weekend. But as you can see for lunchtime Friday, not a lot of moisture falling around the South Island. So there'll be showers first thing, clearing up, and then you get more showers again overnight when these systems move northwards. The North Island's got plenty of showers as that low pressure system moves in. That's good news for the drought zones, but I have to point out, rainfall for the next 7 days is only average to below average in most parts of the country. So let's take a look at the snow. There will be snow falling around the Southern Alps. We expect at this stage it might get down to potentially 300 metres. There may be some flurries that go below that, but they're not likely to settle or accumulate much because, as I say, these fronts, they're moving through quite fast. Look at the snowfall totals there, dark blue. You might be getting 10 to 15. Otherwise, that's really about it. There'll be a little bit more coming through on Saturday as well. Friday's departure from normal, well, it shows you where the cold weather goes. It sweeps up the eastern side of New Zealand. So below average for places like Christchurch, Dunedin, and getting in around Wellington, and probably even up around Hastings. But elsewhere, west coast and northern areas like Waikato, you're actually leaning still a little bit warmer than usual. So let's have a look at the weekend. Now, the dark blue line, this is cold air surging northwards, and I like to think of it like you're on a beach and it's a wave coming up, and that's the high tide mark, or that's about as far as the wave will go up the beach. So in this case, it's a southerly going up the country, and you monitor that blue line, that'll be as far north as the really cold weather goes. But everyone will see a temperature drop because we've all got southerlies or southwesterlies or southeasterlies. As we go into Saturday, there'll be snow down to low levels, maybe even snowing in parts of Queenstown, or at least low level around it, and Lumsden around the western and northern parts of Southland. So it will be a cold Saturday and a cold Sunday as well. The dark blue line getting up around the central North Island. There'll be a few snow flurries around the mountains there, maybe even onto the desert road. And rain returns to the west coast with a cold sou'wester blowing through for you on Sunday. And into next week, it doesn't change a great deal. Blue line is still there. We've still got the sou'westers, and eastern areas like Canterbury, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, Bay of Plenty, the Bay of Islands, Coromandel, you're all looking mostly settled. Our final map is for Tuesday next week, and the blue line, bit messy, but you can see it's over most of the South Island and a big portion of the North Island. So cold weather is surging for the next 4 or 5 days once we get through this warm spell in the north, which is fading right now as I talk. And this high, Australia's 4,000 kilometres across. This high starts west of Australia, stretches all the way out to the New Zealand area, and in fact it goes further than that to the international dateline. So the first half of June is dominated by this enormous area of high pressure. Before I go, speaking of this big high, go to the Weather Watch news page, or you can just simply go to our app and click on the news section. Read this story. It's about the first half of June being dominated by that high, and all the red and pink you see on that map indicates drier than average weather. White means normal. So there's a little bit of normal rainfall in the New Zealand area, otherwise leaning drier still. So take a look at that for more granular details. That is all from me. We'll see you again tomorrow.